Greetings, 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 greetings. Welcome to the build. Welcome to the build. This is your brother Chief Flying Eagle, aka Lord of Matakan. Wagwan, everybody. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me just make sure I have some audio on my other phone. Hold on for a second. Yep, I got audio on the phone. I got audio on the phone. Now, I'm not gonna be on here extremely long. All right. I'm gonna just come drop some information and I'm gonna keep it moving because a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do, like for real, for real, for real. So with that being said, man, hope everybody's having an amazing 24 so far. As for me, I'm always on the grind, man, always working, putting things in perspective, making things happen. For those of you that's actually getting the book, the new book, in fact, let me just go ahead and show it to you real quick. Okay. Thank you for ordering the new book. Definitely so far getting some great reviews about about the book. It's amazing. What I'm gonna do is I'll do another live and actually go through some of the information in the book. But I'm telling y'all, man, like I took it to a whole different level with that book right there. So this book is called Mama America. All right. American Roots, African Minds. And I'm telling you, the information I'm dropping in that book is like no other. No other. It's like literally like another one of a kind. All right. So the book is available on Amazon right now. This is it right here. All right. Mama America, American Roots, African Mind. And of course, right here, the pen is mightier than the sword. And I'm breaking a lot of things down from 1492 all the way up to the present. And I'm telling y'all, I'm giving so much receipts in there, it's not even funny. All right, like seriously. But like I said, I'm going to do another live and break some of that stuff down. All right. And if you go on Amazon, you check it out, look for the book. Make sure you see my name, Chief of Matakan, Mama America, American Roots, African Minds, how a people were reclassified. All right. So go ahead and check out the book. Definitely a must have, for real, for real. I'm literally showing original contracts and proving that whole African slave trade was a damn lie. I got y'all on that in the book. But I'm not here to talk about the book today. Okay, we're going to talk about the Ghost Spell. The Ghost Spell, the album that just got released. All right, I'm going to take you out to the page real quick. All right. And what we're going to do, we're going to go through some of a couple of the tracks. Hopefully YouTube will allow me to go through it. You know what I'm saying? But first things first, I want to I just, emphasize that I've been on this journey for a very long time. I mean, those of you that's been, with me from the very beginning, I've been doing this, right? And you have seen me going through so much, but even in the midst of going through everything, I have still, stood the test of time, regardless of the challenges, the successes, don't matter what it was. I always stayed focused. And the ancestors are really showing grace, and everything is just coming into fruition right now. Okay. Apart from the book I just showed you, this is actually my 15th book. And within the years, I've taken some time, just to focus on writing, because I want to make sure that the legacy stays back with the people. So when I'm gone physically, my work will still stand the test of time, because this is an ongoing journey. All right. And I definitely want to be one of the people that played that's going to go down in history as one of the ones who did it first and played his part in restoring the original people of the Americas and bringing back balance into our motherland. You dig? So I'm putting in extreme work. With that being said, I now have 6 albums in my catalog. I have a Ghost Spell album that just dropped. It's called Ghost Spells. Welcome to the Ghost Spell. All right. Let me share the screen real quick and go to my music website. Hold on for a second. Share the screen. Here we go. All right. Right here. And I'm going to talk to you about why this project is so special and why it means so much to me, because I'm literally doing something different, changing the music game. That is the goal. That is the plan. All right. And like I said, the name of the album, when you go to the website, my artist website, American Elohim, okay, you could just, zoom in and, check out the website, www.americanelohim. And on the first page, the homepage, the album is right on top, right here. Okay. The album, 19 tracks. Okay. 19 tracks. And the first, of course, is the prelude, but 19 tracks on the album. And I'm talking about music that's going to resonate with your soul and spirit, raise your vibration and raise your frequency. That's how powerful the music is. So the first album that I put out, of course, I have singles out already, but the album I put out is called Welcome to the Ghost Spells. The reason why I named it that title is because, religion has done so much damage to so many people around the world. But when it came into the Americas, it destroyed our people and took our people into an abyss. All right. And it was done with the gospel. So I did a play on words and I said, welcome to the ghost spells, opposed to welcome to the gospel. And what I'm doing is I'm breaking down things in the Bible that a lot of people may not know. So every song has a message. It was intended, once again, to raise your vibration and raise your frequency. But the reason why I'm doing something different and I'm changing the game, the music game, and I don't care what it takes me, I'm not going to give up, because I'm going to make sure this is manifested. So the album dropped on February 6th. And when the album dropped, I felt overwhelmed, you know what I mean? And to the point where let me just go back, digress a little bit. When I finished the book, Mama America, American Roots, African Minds, The Pen is Mightier Than the Sword. When I finished that book, even writing that book, I mean, I cried, like literally cried like a baby, because the ancestors gave me so much clarification and gave me, I'm talking about receipts of contracts going all the way back to the 1500s. And I guarantee you haven't seen them anywhere. All right. So this is just revealing something new that people have never seen or heard, because we're being told that we came from Africa. And yes, we know we're American Indians, but I'm literally going into the archives and pulling records and showing that those people actually came from Europe and not Africa. But like I said, we'll talk about that another time. I just wanted you to know the emotional roller coaster that I've been on. So the book was done, gave thanks to the ancestors, gave thanks to the universe and everything. And now, of course, I'd already put out the album and the release date was February 6th. So when it came out, like I said, I was overwhelmed, okay, with, joy and at the same time, sadness, to the point because of what I'm seeing or what people are constantly going through. You dig? So with that being said, I'm talking to the ancestors and I'm like, listen, man, I've been literally on this journey for 26 years, dealing with the child support system, helping fathers deal with child support and, doing rallies in front of the family court. For 26 years, I've been on this journey. And then in 2011, I started teaching our people about us being indigenous and being American Indians. You know what I mean? Like right now, I've done so much. I need to take it to a different level. All right. Because I'm thinking like my journey is just beginning. So help me, help my people, show me what to do. And I'm getting frustrated, but at the same time, not frustrated because I want to give up, but frustrated because I've done so much. And it seemed like I was starting to become a little bit stagnant. And I wanted something to just motivate me and take me to the next level. Because the truth of the matter is, it's not easy dealing with our people. I'm just being honest. You feel me? But I get it, though. I get it. So I'm not mad. I meet people where they at. All right? So with that being said, the ancestors came to me and said, hey, Chief, you know what? We get it. Peace, be still. Relax yourself. Go take a nap. The album, like I said, the album dropped on the 6th. And I was so excited but overwhelmed. And I wanted to go promote. And they told me, nah, just chill, relax yourself. You've put in the work. Go relax, go lay down. So lo and behold, I went to take a nap. And now I don't go to sleep, as you guys already know. Sleep is for the dead. It's too permanent. So I take naps and I go to rest. So in my moment of resting, ancestors came to me and said, hey, we want to give you an assignment with the album that you have, the Ghost Spells, right? And we want you to implement something to change the music game. At least we want you to spark it. And let me tell y'all something. I was given details. I'm talking about precise, definitive details as to exactly what to do. And I jumped up from my state of rest. And then I put everything down in notes. The first thing I was instructed to do was to create a trust. Okay? Create a cultural community trust. I was like, cool. So I wrote down the name of the trust. It was given to me. And the name of the trust is My NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. All right. And this is how I was instructed to change the game. Too often, we have bought albums from artists. And I'm talking about from Jay-Z to Beyonce to P. Diddy to Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Michael Jackson, Fantasia. I mean, just name the different groups, just name the amount of artists that people have supported, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, just name. I mean, I'm talking about name them. And the question was, what did the people benefit from those albums, except for being fans? Everyone supported. Everybody bought albums. And these people became millionaires and billionaires. And we ain't got nothing to show for it. You feel me? The only time you see them is when they're actually on the internet showing how many cars they have, how many houses they have, how many stacks of, stacks of hundreds and thousands of dollars they got on their beds and in the trunk of their cars, and the most expensive champagnes and the most expensive clothing line, the Gucci and the Lucci and the Balenciaga and all these different name brands. All right. You get to see them enjoying that life. But here's the problem. We, the consumers, are the ones who literally made them. And this is not about jealousy, but this is about reciprocity, how the universe is supposed to work, right? And me personally, I cannot look at any community initiative that any one of these artists have actually put in place to affect the communities that have supported them. I haven't seen it except for one or two people during Thanksgiving. They give out turkeys. Well, I don't eat meat. You dig? So the ancestors gave it to me. All right, Chief, this is what you're going to do. You're going to create a trust. All right, and you're going to change the music game. First off, the album, it's the vibration and the frequency of the music is going to raise the people's frequency, because it's time we start changing the paradigm with the kind of music that's out there. Music has literally been self-destructive to our people. And once again, I get it. It was supposed to happen. We were the first, we had to become the last. So the music had to play its role to make that happen. But now that the prophecy has been fulfilled, you're going to start hearing people making more music that's going to be more uplifting. Music that's going to uplift the people. Trust me, that's coming. Remember when I told you guys about the Jubilee in 2017? Nobody took me seriously. I told y'all about the Jubilee in 2025. Nobody took me seriously. I told you about Civil War when the movie came out. Nobody took me seriously. Well, I'm not going to say nobody. But the status quo did not take me seriously. Well, I'm telling you, the tides are changing. We are stepping into a golden age. But before we step into the golden age, there must be a purge. There must be division. You feel me? And that's what you see happening right now. So the left wing and the right wing is fighting. That ain't got nothing to do with us. Those battles came here in 1492, and it's been ongoing, and it's about to escalate. What we are supposed to do as the original people, we are just supposed to fall back and put ourselves in place, because we are living in a beautiful time. Remember, go back, check my track record. Everything I've told you, or at least 98% of it, has come true. And a lot of times I tell myself, I'm always ahead of my time for some people or many people, but for the few who know, and that's on the same frequency, I'm always right on time. And with this music right here, I'm right on time, but I'm actually ahead of time, and I'm going to change the game. So this, like I said, the ancestors instructed me on this is what to do. So I'm to create a trust. And the reason why I'm creating a trust is this. From all the albums that people have sold, whether, like I said, I've called a few names, Rihanna and all of them, they have never given back anything. The people did not have any type of beneficial interest in that except to be fans. And the only time you hear about them and they say they love their fans is when they have a project coming out. I have a new album coming out. I have a new movie coming out. I have this coming out. I got that coming out. And they want you to support. But they never give you back. So this is how I was instructed to change the game. So from this album, the Gospel albums, 19 tracks, the first 1,000 people that buy the album from my artist's website, well, of course, the music is on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon and all the major platforms. It's actually on there. All right. And I got to give Minneapolis a shout out, because I don't know anybody in Minneapolis, but I just got the analytics of my music last week, and the songs are getting, one of the songs are getting the most plays on iHeartRadio, and the majority of the listeners are actually in Minneapolis. So big up to Minneapolis for that. All right. But the point I'm making is the first 1,000 people that buy the album from my music website, I was instructed to do a trust. And like I said, the name of the trust is My NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. It's a revocable trust. All right. And the trust is already created. The trust is actually notarized. And I'm in Louisiana right now. All right. And I went to Capital One to open up the trust account, but Capital One don't do trust account. So I looked up online, I found another bank, and my brother, he wasn't around. So literally, I walked an hour and a half to the bank. That's how determined and dedicated I am to making sure I put us in a position to get somewhere. I walked to the bank, brought them the information, and they have to send it to the corporate office, to their legal team to check it out, because I created the trust myself. I know how to do all of that, right? And last night I got the EIN number for the trust, and then they took the information. They actually just called me about, I would say like about half an hour ago, and it looked like everything is going to go through in opening up the trust account. So because they asked me to come back and get another document, I got to get notarized from the bank itself, and then they'll take it from there. I'm saying all that to say, so the trust is already in place. But the first 1,000 people that buy the album from my music website, all right, 60% of the beneficial interest remains with the trust, and 40% goes back to the community. Now, within that 40%, 20% goes directly to the first 1,000 people that buy the album. I'm not sure if you guys hear what I'm saying. I'm changing the game. 20% of the beneficial interest goes back to 1,000 people, the first 1,000 people that buy the album. Okay, you become a beneficiary of that trust. And the other 20% goes back to community initiatives. All right. And then out of the 1,000 people, we are going to get a board of about 6 people, and we are going to make decisions on what type of community initiatives and programs that we could give back to our communities. No one has ever done that before. I am the first one doing this. And I promise you, I'm not going to be the last. You know why? Because I'm going to change the game. Because this is going to be a success. It's going to be a success. And the reason why I'm saying this is because too many people have supported this artist, the music, the movies, and nothing has come back into the community. Nothing has been reciprocated. And I'm going to change the game. I'm going to make sure with this, it's going to be so successful that anybody else that come after, guess what? The pressure have to be on them to follow the same blueprint that I created. I'm literally creating history right now. I don't care how long it takes. Whether people want to support it in whole or part, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to give up because I'm determined. I've always been determined. You did. So that's what's happening with this album. Now, I'm even taking it further. Whenever an artist have an album, you have the album itself and sales from the album, and you have the merch that comes from the album. You also have the publishing rights. You have the writer's rights. And of course, the catalog depends on how many albums you have, whatever the case, and the masters and everything, right? And I mentioned the merch coming from that as well. So during my state of meditation, I'm asking my ancestors questions. Well, should I just make it be 40% of the album? They said, Chief, we'll let you make that decision. I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I have 6 albums. I'm going to make sure that first off, the trust is going to own all 6 albums. All right. And 60% of all the catalog remains with the trust. And not only am I going to let the first 1,000 people who buy the album have 20% beneficiary interest and 20% go back to community initiative, I'm doing that for the entire catalog, all 6 albums. Not just the sales from the albums, but I'm talking about the royalties that come from BMI and Song Exchange. The royalties as well, that's included in terms of the writing and the publishing. So now everybody that has support this, all right, including the first 1,000 people, they literally get to benefit from that directly. And guess what? It's lawful because it's a trust. Everything is set up. All right. So that's in place with the merch and everything. All right. Like I said, I'm changing the game. I'm tired of seeing us struggling. I'm tired of seeing people taking advantage of us. All I'm just asking you guys, like, I've been doing this for so long. If by now you don't know I'm the realest one that has ever done this and still doing it, I don't know what to tell you guys again, because I'm going over and beyond. Nobody else is doing that. No artist they have never done that. No YouTuber, no TikToker, no Facebooker. It doesn't matter what they have. They're all about themselves. All they're doing is building their own brand. Chief is the only one out here putting out his neck for his people. And it seems like I have to beg people to support everything I do. That's kind of crazy to me. It is. But I'm still moving forward, though. I'm still doing it. And I promise you, anybody else you hear talk about that, guess who was the first one who did it? Me. All right? So with that being said, once you buy the album from the website, my website, www.americanelohim, okay? Now, you could get, like I said, you could get the album. You could get it from Apple Music and Spotify and all them different things, but they get their own cut. But if you get it directly from the website, those are direct sales. So therefore, the artists get that 100% of that, all right? So that goes, now what I'm doing is I'm going to, once the trust account is open, I'm going to take everything from BMI, Song Exchange, there's another one, DistroKid. I'm going to take all of them and I'm going to redirect the accounts to the trust account, all right? And everything is going to be in the trust name. So therefore, every beneficial interest that comes into the trust, 60% stays with the trust, 40% goes back to the community, and within the 40%, 20% goes to the first 1,000 people who buy the album. All right. And they're always going to be part of that as long as they help promote and make it happen. You see what I'm saying? We're going to continue make it happen, whether it's merchandise, when the second album drop, the third album drop, that community is in place and are actually beneficiaries of the trust. Now think about this. When Steve Jobs came out with Microsoft, he was in a small room. I'm not sure if it was a basement, but I know it was a room. And he told a group of people his idea and what he had. And the majority of them walked out of the office of the room because they thought he was crazy. Look what happened with Microsoft. General Ford, same experience. People walked out when he proposed his idea and what he wanted to do. They thought he was crazy. Look what happened to Ford. And I'm certainly sure there are many testimonies with that same situation. You dig? I'm telling you, I'm going to change the music game. I'm going to. All right. So this is what it is. So once you buy the album, okay, it has 19 tracks. Then right below, you're going to click on to go into the NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. So you could only be a part of the trust and be a beneficiary if you're one of the first 1,000 people that actually buy the album. So once you click on that, it's going to take you to the next page that talk about the cultural stewardship. It's going to tell you what it's about, break it down to you, right? Once you read all that information, you scroll all the way down and you go into click what's called opt in. So after you buy the album, you're going to opt in and you're going to fill out that information. And once you send that in, automatically you are one of the beneficiaries because you are one of the first 1,000 people who buy the album. So far, let me see how many of the albums sold. So far, 15 of the albums sold so far. All right. So we got some ways to go. But like I said, we could make this happen overnight. I don't ask you guys for anything. I've been teaching for how many years, but I'm asking you guys to support me on this because we have to change the game. Right now, we are in a position to literally step into the game while a lot of people are questioning Hollywood. A lot of people are questioning the movie industry. A lot of people are questioning the celebrities. There is a gap that's open. There is a void that's waiting to be filled. And we could literally step in and take over the music industry. First with the Gospel album. Then I have the Rise of the American Indians, Volume 1. Then Volume 2. Then I have the Love and Legacy. 6 albums. Nothing but music that's going to change, once again, the vibration and the frequency of the people. So once you buy the album and you opt in, right? Now you become one of the 1,000. Now, once that happens, this is what you're going to get. Let me show it to you real quick. Give me a second. All right. Where it's at. Let's go into, I have a folder called Community Trust. All right. And right here, let me show that to you real quick. This is the certificate you're going to get. Now, everyone, once again, like I said, the first 1,000 people, they're going to get a certificate. Let me get back here and share my screen. Hey, welcome to the bill. Welcome to the bill. Oh, no doubt. I'm taking it to a whole different level, man. A whole different level. The ancestors came to me and gave me the vision. And whenever they talk to me, y'all know I listen. All right. So this is the certificate that the first 1,000 people are going to receive right here. All right. I don't want people's name to be seen on here, right? So this is all right. Damn, I got the person's name. I need to block that out. But anyway, this is the certificate they're actually going to get. All right. So at the top of the certificate, it says certificate of cultural beneficial interests, right? And then it says this certificate, this certifies that such and such is a beneficiary of the trust. And you scroll all the way down. All right. And each certificate has a trust number. All right. Certificate number MNCST. All right. My NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. And you have the numbers. Okay. As you could see, she sequentially issued from 1 to 1,000. So we're only going to do 1,000. All right. This is the official seal. Now, can you imagine this right here? Like I said, it's going to be a success. And this is the official seal that's that's on the certificate. Official. Can you imagine if Michael Jackson had done that? If Prince had done that? If Ice Cube had done that? If 50 Cent had done that? Rihanna, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, all the people that literally we have made millionaires and billionaires. Can you imagine if they had put that in place? And even if it was the first people, the first 1,000 people or 2,000 people, whatever, that bought their album, they got a percentage. Do you know what 20% of a catalog is? And then another 20% goes back into the community and we decide what projects we're going to use that for. That's how I'm changing the game. You see this right here? This is going to be an empire. And do you know how much these certificates are going to be worth? And there's only going to be 1,000 of them. Because once the first 1,000 people lock in, no more is going to be created by people. The vision is real. All right. So that's that right there. Boom. And then in the bottom of the certificate, it says, "May blissful abundance favor us all." All right. My NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. Okay. Boom. So that's done. Let me get back to the build right here. So what we're going to do, I don't know if YouTube will allow me to do this, but at this point, we're going to just browse through a couple of the tracks. All right. Let's see if YouTube will allow that. And I'm going to explain to you the inspiration behind each of those tracks. And guys, man, like I said, man, I've been doing this for so long. All right. And I really don't come on here and ask for anything, but I'm asking you guys to support me on this. You know what I mean? Support us on this. Let's make this a reality. Let us change the game. You feel me? Like it is such a beautiful time to be alive. And we don't have to beg anybody to do anything. You feel me? People buy people's music anyway. But the question is, what do you get in return? I'm not asking you to invest in anything because I'm not asking you to give me your money. I have the album out, 19 songs. You buy the album. Most times, celebrities or the artists, they just say, thank you. Thank you for being a fan. I'm not saying that. I'm not looking for fans. I'm looking to build a community that's going to change the dynamics of the situation that our people are in. And even more so, it's going to put us on a national and a international scale so that our voices can be heard. This is the vehicle. This is the tool. Aren't you tired of hearing we're American Indians? Aren't you tired of hearing we are the original people, but nobody have anything in place to move us forward, to bring us where we need to go? Aren't you tired of all these YouTubers and TikTokers and all these Facebookers? All they care is about themselves and building their own empire. And they're not giving anything back. Every day is the same old damn rhetoric. Aren't y'all tired of that? I'm here to change this. And I've told y'all before, I was sent to restore my people. And I told you that in 2014, I'm saying it in 2026. But I'm not going to beg people to do this. You have to see it and know the real, man. Know the difference between the real ones and the ones that's just doing it to do it for themselves. You got to know the difference. You feel me? So, with that being said, let me see if I could share this and go through a couple of the tracks. But like I said before, I'm not sure how much of that YouTube is going to allow me to do, right? But we're going to try it. Let's see. Because those the music is trademarked. All right. Let me see. Let me go to a window and we're going to go here and we're going to tap on that. All right. And the first track I'm going to let you guys listen to is actually the prelude, right? So the prelude, everything with the music in each of those songs, there's a message. All right, there's a message. And like I told y'all before, music is going to change. I'm just ahead of the game. The frequency of the music is going to change because people are getting sick and tired. Mother Earth is raising her vibration. And I'm just ahead of the game. I'm telling y'all, this is going to take off. And I got 6 albums in the cut. That's just the first one that came out, plus other singles. And the first 1,000 people that lock in on this gospel album, guess what? You're going to be a part of this empire. And right now, the trust is a revocable trust because we are building. Once you get to 1,000 people, lock it in, then I'm going to make sure it's irrevocable. Once everybody's dedicated and locked in. And I'm going to put a provision in the trust that your 20%, as being one of the first 1,000 people, you're able to pass it down. It's hereditary. You could pass it down in your will to your beneficiaries or your children. I'm changing the game. Nobody, trust me, nobody talking about that. Because too many people about themselves been building their own empire. That's what they're about. And people are fans. And they don't realize and peep the game. They don't peep what's happening. They're being used and they don't even see that. But like I said, everything is going to come to light. So this is the prelude right here. All right. Let me know if you guys hear the music. All right. Let me know if you guys hear the music. All right. All right, you can hear it. Yep. That's the prelude.
The heavens open. A light breaks through the darkness. My NIIJI music, the light of the people. God versus Satan. The 7 seals revealed, the trumpeting 4,000 awaken. The trumpet of the Jubilee sounds. This is the revelation. Hear the ancestors call. Welcome to the ghost spells. Hallelujah. Wow.
Okay, so that's the prelude, right? All right, so let's go into the one of the tracks. And this song, I'm not going to play the entire song. I'm just going to let you probably hear, snippets of the song, right? So the first one I'm going to let you listen to is called Hallelujah. Whoa. Now, I wanted to the song itself, I wanted to call it Hallelujah. But to me, that was just getting a little bit too religious or too churchy, so to speak, what people are used to. So I wanted to, put a twist on it. All right. And then I was like, I thought of powwow, and I'm like, okay, so how about Hallelujah? Whoa. And then that's how I came up with the name of that song. All right. So it's called Hallelujah. Whoa. I'm going to let you hear once again, just a little bit of the song. Then we go to the next track. All right. And listen to the music, listen to the words and the vibration and the frequency of the album. Check it out.
NIIJI music. This one's spiritual, but it's still drill. Listen close. Hallelujah. Speaking in tongues, speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues, speaking in tongues. Hallelujah. Wow. Whoa. Hallelujah. Whoa. Kingdoms within, don't search outside. The spirit's in you, can't kill that vibe.
Missionaries sold the pride, politicians false inside, still the people hypnotized in my life. Mission light, truth been buried deep inside, but the kingdom's in your chest. That's the spark they can't deny. Stop the praying, you become the prey. That's the trap part of the play. Meditation, hold the key. Spirit show the higher way. You the cosmos, you the flame. Universe inside your veins. Indigenous blood remain. Culture carved into your name.
Speaking in tongues, speaking in tongues. Speaking in tongues, speaking in tongues. Hallelujah.
All right, so this one is called Hallelujah. Whoa. All right. So like I said, that was inspired, by religion, because I know the Bible from Genesis to Revelation and from Revelation to Genesis. And I've literally got into the book, not just read the book, but I've picked up the words of the pages of the book. And that's why I'm able to break down and articulate the Bible the way that I can, because I know what it's about. So that's what this whole album is about. All right. So that was Hallelujah. Whoa. The next track I'm going to let you listen to is called The Kingdom of Heaven. Most times, religion has taught people that the kingdom of heaven is actually out there in the sky. You dig? And even in the Bible, it says that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So I always ask people, if the kingdom of heaven is within you, why are you on your knees looking out when you're supposed to be looking in? So that's the message and behind and in this song, The Kingdom of Heaven. All right, so let's listen to that one. All right, much gratitude, much gratitude. Let's listen to this one right here.
They told you to look up in the sky, wait for a savior to descend from above. But heaven ain't in the clouds, heaven is within you. My NIIJI music, welcome to heaven, it's within you.
The kingdom of heaven is within you.
Not a sky, not a cloud, but the spirit that's true. Stop waiting for a savior to come through. God is the I am
That lives in you.
the kingdom of heaven. It's within you. Church ain't the building, the church is you. Luke 17, open the proof. The kingdom of God is within you.
Church say kneel down, look up high, but no savior coming from a distant sky. Isaiah said God's eternal, no lie, not a man or woman. Principle divine. Heaven ain't a mansion in the clouds of far. It's the Christ that's sparking right where you are. Harmony in your mind, body, spirit aligned. The kingdom's a state of the highest mind. The kingdom of heaven is within you.
It's within you.
Not a sky, not a cloud, but the spirit that's true. Stop waiting for a savior to come through. God is the I am. The kingdom of heaven is within you.
All right. So once again, the motivation of the album is not to belittle people or criticize people's religion, but it's to make you understand what religion is and what the Bible truly is, so it could raise your vibration and make the transition from religion to being a spiritual being or someone who has the knowledge of what the Bible is. And that's the whole inspiration of the album in itself. Every song has a message, and a lot of people are actually living religion, and more people are going to leave religion. You dig? Because that's going to happen eventually. That's the way, that's the prophecy. It's supposed to happen. All the churches of the synagogue of Satan, they're going to be exposed and people are going to walk away from them. So like I said, we, and I'm saying we because this album is for we the people, okay, especially the first 1,000 people that's going to be a part of the trust, and then the other 20% that goes back into the community initiative. That means everybody will benefit from that. You dig? So this is literally right on time. All right. So this song is called The Kingdom of Heaven. All right. The one we just listened to. The next one we're going to listen to is called Religion Out, Spirituality In. Religion Out, Spirituality In. All right. So let's pull that up and listen to a little bit of that. Religion out, spirituality in. All right, check it out.
This the real truth. Religion out. Spirituality in. Religion out. Spirituality in. It is because of religion we all fell into sin. Kingdom of heaven it dwells from within. No savior is coming, the power's in your skin. Spirituality in. Allegory written, the truth was within. And Lord, when Jesus said, ye are gods. We rise from the spirit, not the chains of the cross. They gave us the book, but they flipped the tail. They told us wait on the sky, but the spirit prevails. The church ain't a building, the temple is you. The God in your chest been the ultimate truth. Allegory, Jesus said, ye are gods in John. Psalm 82, same fire lives on. But they sold us religion, chains on the mind. Now we breaking them shackles, leave the lies behind.
All right, so this one is called Religion Out, Spirituality In. All right. All right, cool. The next song I'm going to let you listen to is called 144,000. All right, so this is pretty much a call to action for the 144,000 to step up so we could change the vibration and the dynamics of not just the US, but Mother Earth. There's a calling because it's over 7 billion people on Earth, and the prophecy says it's only going to take 144,000. So it's a small margin. If you know you're actually one of the chosen ones, then like I said, join me. How many years I've asked my people to walk with your brother? You know what I mean? And a lot of times you just feel like, I have to be begging people to see the vision. And I don't want to do that. You see, I present the vision. I come with the information. Like I keep telling y'all, every day is everybody always talking about we Indians. I've been telling y'all that for how many years now? What's next? And I always have things put in place to make sure that we're able to move forward and just make it happen. You see, doing the same things over and over, expecting a different result is called insanity, people. There's a void that needs to be filled. Let's step into that void and take it over. Let's change the dynamic of the game. We can do this. Community initiative. We keep talking about group economics. I'm not asking you to hey, invest in anything. No. You buy people music anyway. You buy the album, guess what? The only difference here is now part of it belongs to you. And not just 1% or 2%. I'm talking about 20%. Think about what I'm saying. The entire empire that's being built, beneficial interest, 20% of that for the first 1,000 people that buy this album, and you're locked in. Just imagine what we're going to do. You see, life is easy, but we rather make it hard. The artists that came before in the 90s, they had to be in the back of their cars, right? In the trunk of their cars, on the corner, hustling. We don't have to do that no more. We got digital products. Let's take this and turn this into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Only looking for visionaries, people that see the vision. And guess what? It costs you more than a McDonald's number 9, even if I don't eat that. More than going to eat at Sizzler or Golden Corral. The album is only $11.99. After you go to Golden Corral, you eat, you go to the bathroom, guess what? It's done. This is something of a lifetime that we are putting together right now. Changing generations to come. Think about what I just said. The next song, like I said, is 144,000. It's called 144,000, the Revelation. All right, listen to a little bit of that.
Hey, yo, the chosen rise. 144,000. Not a number. It's a vibration. The chakras activated. My NIIJI music in the building. Let's seal the foreheads tonight. 144,000 the revelation. 7 seals full activation. Let's go from the root to the crown like elevation. We the chosen ones. Divine vibration. 144,000 the revelation. Say what? Tribes rise up. It's the coronation. Sealed in the forehead. No hesitation. We the chosen ones. Divine vibration.
Root chakra grounded, I stand on stones. Sacral flowing, created my own. Solar plexus burning fire in my will. Hot water, but Christ love be still. Throat spit truth, can't silence my sound. Third eye open, see beyond the ground. Crown on my dome, connection complete.
144,000 the revelation.
All right, 144,000, the Revelation. Like I said, man, that Ghost Spell album is going in, breaking the curses and breaking the spell of the cult of religion. That's what we're doing. You dig? The next one was inspired by Revelation. You know, well, of course, that's Revelation as well. But in the book of Revelation, the 7 seals. So what I did was I did the 7 seals, and one is from a metaphysical perspective, and the other is from an actual manifestation. So I did the original, and then I did the remix. So we're gonna hear the original, all right, and then we'll hear the remix after. So let's go into the 7 seals. The 7 seals. That's the original joint. The 7 seals.
Revelation time. 7 seals on the scroll. Each one breaks and the truth unfolds. Not the end of the world. It's awakening of the soul. My NIIJI music. Let's go.
Break the seal. Let the spirit reveal. 7 levels high, that heavenly feel. From the book of life, the prophecy real. We dance through the scroll. Revelation 12. Break the seal. Let the soul ascend. 1 to 7, beginning to end. From the root to the crown, divine appeal.
We chosen ones.
Revelation real.
First seal open, white horse ride. Conquer with truth, no fear, no hide. Metaphysical code, new vision in sight. Awakening warriors, children of light. Second seal red, the fire strike. But it ain't just war, it's conflict in life. Battle inside, flesh first spirit. Break it with love. Can you hear it? Third seal black, the balance scales. Measure.
So this is going through the entire 7 seals in Revelation. So that's the original. Oh yeah, I wrote 15 books. I've always been a writer. You know, I've always, been poetic. And I've always done arts, and, I do editing. I know how to do film, so I've always been that skillful. And I always tell my people, walk with your brother, man. Let's build this empire. You see what I'm saying? Let's make this thing happen. Oh, and by the way, I don't go by Kalinago, and I don't use that. I gave that up a very long time ago. All right. So it's either just, Chief of Matakan or just Chief or Flying Eagle. All right. Just so you know. All right. I don't use that no more. I don't answer to that anymore. All right, cool. So this one is called the 7 seals. The next one is called the Ghost Spell. Of course, the album in itself is called Welcome to the Ghost Spell. So this one is called Ghost Spells. All right.
Welcome to the Ghost Spells, where truth wears a mask and lies wear a crown. The book they read in church ain't what it seems. Who is the father? Who is the thief? Let's open the scroll. My NIIJI music.
Welcome to the gospel.
Welcome to the gospel, lies that they sell. Good or evil, can you even tell? Isaiah 45 verse 7 said it. He created the light, created the dark, created the good and evil.
Gospel.
Truth under a veil,
Broad path crowded.
narrow road frail. Religion enslaves, but wisdom compels. Break out the system, break all the gospel.
Isaiah 45:7. He said it plain. Created peace, created evil. He took the claim. But the pastor says God is good all the time. How's that line? If he authored the crime, Job was tested. Satan got the nod. Permission from the throne, suffering from God. If the Lord God kills and commands to deceive, then who's the Satan you taught to believe?
Welcome to the gospel. All right, so this one is called the gospel. All right, like I said, man, them tracks, man, they just elevating. You dig? It gets into your soul and it makes you question things. All right, so you heard the 7 seals. Now this one coming up is 7 seals. So the first one we heard, that was the metaphysical version of it. And now we're going into the physical manifestation where it's telling you about the 7 seals. So right now we are going through the second and the third seal, which is the red and the black. The red represents the Republicans, and the black represents the pushing of continuously calling our people black, which will actually lead to farming. So we have to give up that black. We could break the spells, we could break the seals, but we have to know the meaning of everything. You dig? So this is the remix of the 7 seals. All right, this is the remix. Just listen to a little bit of it and we'll go to the next one. 7 seals, the remix.
The seals are broken, the truth revealed. From the white horse to the silence in heaven, prophecy is real.
Seven seals. Revelation's real. Prophecy unfolds. Can you feel what we feel from the white to the pale? The heavens conceal. Judgment in the silence. The truth revealed. Seven seals. Revelation's real. Light against the dark. Scrolling sealed from the earth to the sky. Destiny sealed. 144,000 rise, a chosen hill. Rider on white, bow held tight, conquest rising the day and night. Some say gospel, others say war. Victory spreads, opening door. It ain't just a battle, it's truth on display. The seal of beginnings, the path, the way. Light shines bright, but illusion concealed. The white horse rides, revelations revealed.
Red horse rides, blood on the land, war breaks peace, sword in the hand, nation divided, conflict rise, politics mass in the crimson the skies, Republicans painted red, coincidence or not, every empire falls, Babylon shot, peace remove, the world in flame, second seal open and cross snake.
7 seals.
All right, so like I said, we're going through through the second and the third seal, the red. We're talking about the wars and nations being divided. So that's what's happening right now. And the black horse represents farming. All right, so that the music is teaching about that. All right, so that's the remix. The next song is called God. Now of course it spells God, but it's an acronym, God, which means government ordinance department, because a lot of times people don't realize what God means on their money. It means government ordinance department. I promise you that's what it means. So this song here is called God. It has a great message. Listen to some of the words.
This is not legal advice. I'm not your attorney. I'm an artist schooling my people. BOD. Government Ordinance Department. Code statutes ordinances.
They play God in the courtroom apartment. My NIIJI music, we teach them why the bass line knocking. Let's move. G.O.D. What's that? Government Ordinance Department. Writing codes, wearing robes, try to play the part. Say what's law? Nah. We check the Constitution. Marbury said if it's wrong, then the court's a solution. G.O.D. We stand on higher standards. Supremacy Club. States can't change the answers. If the statute's out of line, we press the case and win it. Ex-party young, tell them judge, please enjoy. They said sign here, birth name, flip caps, lock, all caps, paper clone, straw man, debt nets and traps. Title 28 to United States is a federal corporation and debt collection only. They quote half a line to confuse the homies. Read the sections. Article Bitch Constitution is supreme law that sits on the throne. So if a state code clash, that code gets disowned. But listen, on the street, you can't wave it like a wand. You take it to court, get the order, then you're gone. Let's go.
Supremacy. Judicial review, challenge it, don't wing it.
G.O.D. What's that? Government Ordinance Department.
All right, so this one is called God, Government Ordinance Department. All right, so the next song is called Father or the Son. Now, when you read the Bible, you'll realize that there's a contradiction, obviously. God is saying one thing and the Son is saying one thing. So in the song, it's asking you, who do you believe? Do you believe the Father or do you believe the Son? All right. And that was the inspiration of that song. All right. So it's called Father or the Son.
There's over 50 contradictions in the book, but I'm gonna give you 10. So tell me who you believe, the Father or the Son.
My NIIJI music.
Teaching the lost sheep.
Father or the Son, who do you believe? Who told the truth? Who told the lie? But in the word, believe there's a lie you can't see. So Father or the Son, who will set us free? Father or the Son, who do you believe? Who told the truth? Who told the lie? Maybe all true, maybe all lies. But how would you know? Who do you believe? Did they both deceive?
Work. OT said I 4 and 9. That's the fight. But Jesus said, turn the cheek, walk in light. God said, kill the nations, leave none alive. But Christ said, love your enemies, keep hope alive. Adore the stone, that's Levitical law. But Jesus forgave, no stones did fall. Yahweh calls man of war. Exodus truth. But Jesus blessed the peacemakers, fountain of Father of the Son. Who do you believe? Who told the truth? Who told the lie?
All right, so that's pretty much going back and forth with the contradictions of the Father saying one thing and the Son saying something else. And I'm asking, well, who do you believe? Do you believe the Father or the Son? Because it's definitely contradictory when you don't know what the Bible is truly about. You dig? So that is a very provoking song in itself. The next song is called God versus Satan. And what inspired me to write that song is, once again, a contradiction in the Bible where God is the one creating everything. God is the one doing the unaliving. God is the one doing everything, bringing the flood. God is the one testing Job. God is the one hardening Pharaoh's heart, but yet still everybody is blaming Satan. So Satan is asking, well, hold up. You doing all that. You flooded the world. All you had to do was take me out and everything would have been done. But you kept me alive and you killed millions of people, but you have people blaming me. You did. So that's what this inspired this song. And it's called God versus Satan. All right. God versus Satan. That's the one right here. So let me just pull that up. And here we go. God versus Satan. The war in heaven.
My NIIJI music. Let's go to church. No tithe, no offering.
In the beginning was power, in the heavens was war. But who really guilty? Who keeping the score? God versus Satan, judgment night. Let's hear the truth under heavenly light.
God versus Satan, war in heaven. Questions rise, but answers threaten. Why me? Why me? Satan or the God who holds the key. God versus Satan, war in heaven. Free will and chains, choice was given. Why me? Why me?
Truth in the book, who really guilty? You made me like Pharaoh, brightest of all. But when I fall, you made me the cause. Exodus say, Pharaoh's heart you hardened. Plagues on Egypt, who gave that order? Millions drowned in Noah's flood. If you almighty, why so much blood? You could have struck me, erased my name, but you wiped the earth and I take the blame. Job was loyal, you offered his life. You call my name first, brought the strife. But preachers point fingers like it's all on me. God, take the weight, let the people see.
God versus Satan, war in heaven. Questions.
All right, so this is called God versus Satan, War in Heaven. The next song is called Sarah versus Hagar. And what inspired me to write that song is the verse in Galatians 4:22, when they spoke about all of this being an allegory and people really think it was real. You dig? But most people don't realize the allegory, what it truly meant. Sarah represents Jerusalem. She represents the free woman, and all her children are free. And Hagar represents the bondwoman. And most people don't realize we are children of Hagar. Why? Because Hagar is the bondwoman, and your birth certificate is on bond paper. So therefore, from the 14th Amendment, everyone who had a birth certificate became a slave to the system. So therefore, you are a son or a daughter of Hagar. So I'm teaching that in the song and letting you know you have to correct your status to be a son or a daughter of Sarah. You have a choice. My people, it is all allegory. I came to restore my people. All I'm just asking is, once again, walk with your brother. Let's change the game. That's it, man. Everything is already in place. Let's listen to that song. All right? Sarah versus Hagar. Here we go.
The allegory revealed two covenants, two mothers, two nations, one bound in chains, one born free of chains. Sarah versus Hagar. What's your choice? With my NIIJI music, the choice is yours.
Sarah, the free woman. I am that I am. Jerusalem above. Fire, state of mind. I got a bond woman. Not me. No way. All can slave. 14 commandment decay. Sarah, but freedom. I am. I am. Correct your status. Reclaim the land. I got bondage. Not me. Not mine. Children of slavery trapped in the illusions of man. Galatians 4:22, let's open the page. Two women, two covenants, truth on the stage. Hagar the bond, born into chains. Children of the flesh, slavery remains. Sarah the promise, Jerusalem above. Children of spirit, born free in love. Hagar equals the straw name. All caps on file. Perpetual bondage, corporate slave, always on trial.
All right, so this is called Sarah versus Hagar. And like I told you, I broke down, what it means and what it meant and what the allegory is. Like I said, most people think it was real, but no, they're literally telling you what they did. What they did, they created people on bond paper. And therefore, you are children and sons and daughters of Hagar. And until you correct that, to step into Jerusalem, being a son or a daughter of Sarah, then you'll always be a bond into perpetuity. That's what the system is based on. All right. So this is more than just music. You feel me? It's an awakening. And that's why I was once again instructed by the ancestors to structure things the way that it's structured. You feel me? And let the people be a part of this and give it to the people and give it back to them. What is the point of supporting people buying their music and we get to watch them on TV and living in the lavish houses? And I'm not jealous. No, that's not what it's about. It's about reciprocity. What are they giving back? And now they're all being questioned. Everybody's on the stage now because you feel me? Now, like I said, there's a void to be filled. Let's step into that void and take over the game. You feel me? All this is my NIIJI music. And guess what? Nobody could use my NIIJI music and nobody could put my NIIJI on any clothing. Not a shoe, not a hat, not a t-shirt, nothing. Because guess what? I got the trademark. I protect what we have. See, Yaga, I keep telling y'all from a very, very early stage on me being on YouTube, I was cut from a different cloth. I'm a genius. I just want my people to see the vision, man. Let's make this happen. Let's take this to another level. Nobody could use that. My NIIJI on clothing or in music. Guess what? I got the trademark. 6 albums. Building an empire. Doing something that's unprecedented. Never heard of. Changing the music game. Let's create history together, man. The next song is called The next song is called The Serpent Didn't Lie. You see, we were taught in the Bible that the serpent is evil. But yet still, in the Bible, the serpent told Adam and Eve, if they ate of the fruit, then they would be gods, right? And guess what? Jesus came and said the same thing. So who lied? Did the serpent lie or did Jesus lie? Because Jesus said in Psalms and in John, ye are gods, the same thing that the serpent said in the beginning of Genesis. But they want you to think the serpent is the evil one. So if the serpent said the same thing that Jesus said and the serpent said it before Jesus, then what does that mean? I'll let you think about that one. But this one is called The Serpent Didn't Lie. All right, listen to it. At least some of it.
They told us the serpent was Lucifer, but the text never said that. They told us Lucifer was the Satan, but Isaiah was talking about the king of Babylon. The serpent didn't lie. Even Jesus confirmed the truth. Yeah, guys, my NIIJI music, exposing the truth. The serpent didn't lie. Even Jesus confirmed the truth. Psalm 82 said it, John 10 confirmed it. You are God. Now receive it. The serpent didn't lie. They twisted the word, disguise of proof. The light of the body is thy. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. We are God, written in plain sight. Back in the garden, the tree too tall. God said, don't eat, don't taste at all. But the serpent spoke, you will not die. Your eyes will open, you'll be like the Most High. And when they ate, they saw, they knew good and evil, the hidden truth. Not a curse, it was clarity's birth. The serpent revealed divine on earth. Truth, God, truth lives. The serpent didn't lie. Even Jesus confirmed the truth. Facts.
All right, so this one is called The Serpent Didn't Lie, breaking it down. All right, and giving you a few verses to compare what the serpent said and what Jesus said, and it was all aligned. All right, so like I said, man, we have been lied to, and this song is just an awakening. The next song is called Spiritual Cannibalism. All right, because everything outside of religion, particularly Christianity, is always demonized, right? We pour libation to our ancestors. Well, it's demonic, but people are literally drinking the blood of Jesus and eating his body. So this song is called Spiritual Cannibalism. That's what they're practicing. and they don't even know. All right. So here we go. A taste of spiritual cannibalism. All right. Let me pull that up for a second. Spiritual cannibalism. Give me a second. Here we go.
From the altar to the table, they named it blessed, marked with blood, called holy. Spiritual cannibalism. Taste the God, taste the sin. They eat the bread, they drink the blood. Say you gotta be born again. Spiritual cannibalism. Altar like holy skin. Blessed with blood, dressed in fire. What's the cost for heaven's desire? Eat my body, drink my blood. Eat my body, drink my blood. They taught us flesh mean blood. Went back to where the root is. Old tongue said legend. Marked with life, marked with juices. Noah on the altar, ram caught smoke rising in the sky. Sweet savor on the breeze. Who gave the order to die? Leviticus lessons. The priest was knife. Ritual repeat. Life poured out on stone so they could keep the covenant neat. We inherited the table, the ritual, the feast. Now the people lined up, pay the price, call it peace. Peace. Spiritual cannibalism. Taste the God, taste the sin. They eat the bread, they drink the blood. Say you gotta be born again. Spiritual cannibalism. All right, so this one, like I said, spiritual cannibalism. The next song is Adacadabra. Basically, I wanted to write a song. Whenever you sing the song and you dance to the music, it's a manifestation song, because when you say Adacadabra and anything that comes after it is basically saying, and it is, or, bring it into manifestation. So I wanted to do a song, with the title Adacadabra. And once again, the vibration and the frequency of the song in itself is absolutely powerful. So here's a little bit of that. All right, here we go. Adacadabra. Power in the tongue. Adacadabra, sovereignty one. Adacadabra, creators are speak. Colonial change, release our land. Adacadabra, word to the sky. No more fear. We cannot die. Colonial pharaoh, let my people go. Chains on their mind, but the spirit still glow. Implication of prison, the story repeats, but the spell break now. When the ancestors speak, no more forced assimilation. Stop all the lies. Adacadabra, manifest the truth. Prepare the table. Our enemies must bow. The land is ours. We reclaim it now. Adacadabra, creators are speak. Ancestors ride, make our enemies weak. Adacadabra, power in the tongue. Adacadabra, sovereignty one.
Mothers cry tears, burying the young. Daughters in the system, futures undone. But I call on the big gun in a bush, none a bush. Yeah, birth a new world when we chant your name.
All right, so this one is Adacadabra. Okay, the next one, like I said, 19 tracks, man, powerful music. All right, the next one is called ACCTCA, and basically, I wanted to do a song. When you listen to it and you focus on the words, it helps you activate your chakras, your Christ consciousness. So ACCTCA basically stands for activating Christ consciousness through chakra alignment. All right, or chakra activation. So that's what the next one is. ACC. Hold on for a second. Let me just pull that up. All right. ACCTCA. All right. Activating Christ consciousness through chakra activation. Here we go.
ACCTCA. Activate today with my NIIJI music. Christ light rise in the land of chakras. Pave the way. ACCTCA, truth we elevate. From the root to the crown, let the Christ spark radiate. ACCTCA. We come to debate today with my NIIJI music. Christ light rising the line of chakras. Pave the way. ACCTCA, truth we elevate. From the root to the crown, let the Christ spark radiate. Ground in the root. Damn in my base. Safe and supported. I'm steady in place. Step to the sacral. Fam with the flow. Creativity surging. Emotions we grow. Solar plexus fire. Fam when I breathe. Confidence strong. My will won't leave. Christ in my heart. Compassion on beat. Down for forgiveness. Love complete.
All right. So this is a heavy joint as well. Definitely a heavy one. Now the next song is it's kind of scary, but at the same time, you know, it's a powerful song. And when I say it's scary for a lot of people, because they're going to learn the truth about what 666 really means. All right. So that's what this song is gonna teach you. Most people think, well, oh, well, it's 6 protons, 6 electrons, six neurons. Yes, but do you know what it really means? And that's what the song is teaching you. All right. So it's called 666. Do you know or do you believe? All right. Powerful, but at the same time scary for some people. All right. Here we go.
Breaking the Jesus code. Letters of the alphabet. My NIIJI music.
Numbers don't lie, believe just mine.
Let's break down Jesus. Manifestation through 9. It's right in front of you. Mirrored in your faith. But the question is, do you know or do you just believe?
Do you know or do you believe?
In the word believe, there's a line you can't see. 6666 is the mark of the beast, but it's the knowledge of the fear they preach.
Do you know or do you believe?
Truth in the numbers hidden deep in the keys. 666, a cipher repeat, same vibration. 2 poles, 1 C. J is 10 multiplied by 9, that's 9. E is 5 times 9, that's 45 precisely. S is 19 times 9, 171. U is 21 times 9, 189. We ain't done. S is 19 times 9, 171. 9045, 181, 189, 71. Add it all together, Revelation, the script, 666. Right there, the code that they flip. Jesus in the map, but the beast in disguise. Are you looking at the truth or just believing the lies?
Do you know or do you believe?
Oh, that song is decoding a lot of stuff when you listen to that in its entirety. All right. And when you take a pen and a pad and you write those things down, revelation, I'm telling you, but it's powerful as well. The next song, we're gonna go into the trumpet of the Jubilee. All right, because you know, since 2017, I've been talking about the trumpet of the Jubilee, and the trumpet is actually still in office, right? So this one is called the trumpet of the Jubilee.
We told you in the Jubilee of 2017, the trumpet sounded, a warning sound. Now the numbers total 9, 2020 plans, completion, harvest, the Jubilee calls. Hear the horns, open the door, the portal swings, the release begins. My NIIJI music! Sanctuary, give the land back, let it be. That's what
2025 makes 9, completion in the cipher. End of cycles, rising sign. 9 is the finish line. Harvest moon, the seed complete. A spool unwinds, a story ends. So higher truths repeat in the law it's written. Every 50 years return, ram's horn on the hilltop. Rightful owners reclaim what they earn, release the debts, unlock the chains. Every ledger wiped from slave, the earth goes back to original hands. Reset, renew, recreate of the Jubilee.
All right, so this is called the Trumpet of the Jubilee. Can you imagine when I told you guys about the Trumpet of the Jubilee in 2017? If everybody had took me serious, guess where we would have been right now? All right, keep telling y'all, man. I'm always a visionary. I'm always ahead of my time. The ancestors put me that way. And this is the last song we're going to go through on that album. All right. And this is called The Chosen One. And the reason why I wrote that is because I love the Matrix, trilogy, right? Or the series, so to speak. And, Sophia Stewart is a personal friend of mine. And for some reason, I always feel like a lot of my attributes and characteristics, it remind me of Neo, just feeling that I'm the one. And I know a lot of us feel that way. A lot of us that are chosen to do certain things, we feel that way, and we have every right to feel that way. But this is just my testimony of, saying that I am the one. The same way you are the one in your family or your community or wherever you are, to make the impact on the people. That is just my public service announcement in the song, just saying that I'm the one. So here we go, and listen to I'll play a little more of that song because it's it's the last one I'm going to let you listen to on that album. All right.
This ain't a movie, it's prophecy. My NIIJI music, exposing the truth. The system is the Matrix, but I'm the one that said I would come. Now I'm here. I'm the chosen one, can't stop my shine. Neo in the system, breaking the design. Red pill truth, or the blue pill lie. Take my hand, we gon' ride, we gon' fly. I'm the chosen one, Matrix can't hold. Time rise up, prophecy foretold. Ancestors guard me, enemies done. This the revelation, I'm the chosen one. Plugged in deep, but I broke the chain. Morpheus whispered you destined for change. Oracle told me the code don't lie. I see through illusions with the third eye. Agents chase, but I've been the block. Bullets in the air, but I can't be stopped. Lady in red, that's distractions game, but I walk with truth, can't trap my run. The chosen one, can't stop my shine. Neo in the system, breaking the design. Red pill truth, or the blue pill lie. Take my hand, we gon' ride, we gon' fly.
Rabbit hole deep, do you dare to go? Truth or illusion, which path you know? System of cage, codes on repeat, but Zion awake when the chosen speak. Chosen ain't born, it's forged in the fire. Ancestors rise, lifting us high. Bloodline sacred, I'm here by decree. The system fall down when you walk with me.
Red pill or blue?
Truth, we choose.
Matrix of Zion.
Zion, we ride on.
Who the one?
You the one. You the one.
Codes can't bind me. Destiny done. Free message guard me. The battle won.
All right, so this is called The Chosen One. All right. Now, so that completes the Gospel album. All right. And like I said, before I get out of here, I will show you guys how to go pick up the album. And the first 1,000 people that buy the album, literally, you will have beneficial interest. All right, put it this way, you'll have beneficial interest in all the proceeds of the entire catalog, not just that one album, but I'm talking about the publishing rights, the writer's rights. So I've created the trust. I was instructed to create a trust. Okay, the trust is created. 60% of the entire catalog, everything, it doesn't matter what it is, okay? It stays with the trust. 40% goes back to the community. Within that 40%, 20% goes, beneficial interest goes to the first 1,000 people that actually buy the album. Once they buy the album, they opt into the community initiative. And they get a certificate showing that they are actually a beneficiary of that trust. And the other 20% goes to community initiatives, and we decide what we want to do to help our communities. All right. So, like I said, it's never been done before. It's unprecedented, and I'm literally changing the game. And I can't do it alone. I've always told y'all that. All right. And here I am once again, 2026. 2026 adds up to 10, 1, 0, a reset manifestation. Here, your brother, once again, coming and letting you know I have solutions. But I'm not going to beg people to see the vision. I'm not going to beg people to do this. You dig? Because I have been with y'all, like I said, before everybody. I was the one that was there. And I'm always coming with solutions, not just talking about it. You dig? So we got this. And it's not hard work because it's digital products. We could, like I said, we could take this and change the game. And you get to be a part of it. All right. So with that being said, that's the album itself, Ghost Spells. All right. Now, like I told y'all before, I also have other albums. All right. Singles that's already out. Okay. A few of the songs I'm going to let you listen to before I get out of here. They are not on this album, but they are singles that's out. You could get those singles individually. All right. So this is one of the ones that's doing really well. And it's on, iHeartRadio. It's on, those, I mean, listen, it's for me. Okay. To me, it's people are using it on TikTok and different platforms, and it's moving. All right. So I'm pleased, but we could definitely make it move some more. All right. So this one is called, and that's going to be on the Rise of the American Indian album, Volume 1. I'm going to have 2 volumes, Volume 1 and Volume 2. But this single is already out. It's going to be in Volume 1, and it's called We the Wild Indians. All right. So listen to that. And that's been out.
We the roots, we the flame, we the wild Indian. You know what it is, original Americans. Land is still ours, still up is Aborigines. Standing strong, never hid. Woody who? We the ones who really live. We the wild Indians. Voices never fold. Truth in our bloodline, stories never told. Aborigine giants, let the fire take hold. Woody who? Now we the ones in control. They label us black, that's not what we are. We the true Americans, shining brighter than stars. We ain't Africa, nah. Don't put us in chains. We the sons of this land, running deep in our veins. Colonizers lie, try to switch up the script, call it something different just to make the truth flip. But the drums still beat and the spirit still sing. We the wild Indians, let the ancestors ring. We the wild Indians, you know what it is. Original Americans, land is still ours, still up is Aborigines, standing strong, never hid. We the ones who really live. We the wild Indians.
All right, so yeah, that one is already out and it's moving, you know what I mean? But definitely needs some more traction, but it's moving. Okay, so that's going to be on the Rise of the American Indians Volume 1, but the single is out doing its thing. It's not going to be on the Gospel album. That's going to be on that album. That's going to be coming out next. All right, another song that's going to be on there is called The Rise of the Matriarchs. All right, I wanted to, do a song because we have been living for the past 6,000 years on the system of, patriarch, right? Patriarchal system. And we have seen the unbalance that it has brought and the devastation and chaos and destruction all over Mother Earth. And now it's time to bring back the balance. All right. So now is the rise of the matriarch. So I wanted to do a song, a couple of them actually, that's going to be on the album, to inspire our sisters, you know what I mean? Dedicate something to them. Let them know that somebody's actually speaking on their behalf and giving them a voice. All right. So this one is called The Rise of the Matriarchs. It's going to be on The Rise of the American Indians, Volume 1.
Rise up, rise up, rise up, matriarchs. Ancestors guide us, warriors protect us. We the mothers of the nations. Can't silence our spark. This spirits still rise. They erased our names, try to lock us in chains. But the womb births nations, we remember the pain. We the backbone strong, yeah, we carry the tribe. But we need our warriors, stand tall, unify. Not a queen in distress, I'm a chief with a voice. But together with my kings, that's a powerful choice. Rise of the matriarchs, yeah, we taking charge. We the mothers of the land, can't erase the scars.
All right, so this one is dedicated, like I said, to the matriarchs. You know what I mean? All right, and so that's gonna be on the American Indian album, "The Rise of the American Indian," Volume 1. This song right here is also going to be on the album. This one here is called, let me see, this one is called "Feathers Up, Guns Down." That single is already out, okay? The single is out, so here we go. It's moving good as well.
Feathers up, guns down. Yeah. My NIIJI. Yeah. Feathers up, guns down. Oh, it's time for unity. Listen.
Feathers up, guns down. Time to rise, no shots, no sound. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper.
Feathers up, guns down. We the tribe, let's hold this ground. I'm my brother's keeper. I'm my sister's keeper.
Too many lives lost, too many mothers cry. Another soul gone, another spirit fly. We gotta change paths, we gotta heal fast. Put the feathers in the sky, let the bullets be passed. Unity strong, that's the power our way. Keep the people together, let the children play. From the block to the red, time to spread that love. Hands up high, keep the feathers above. Feathers up, guns down. Time to rise, no shots, no sound.
All right, so that's going to be on Volume 1 as well, "The Rise of the American Indians." And then I have another one that's going to be on that album as well. It's called "Jail is a Business." So as you could see, man, and hear, you know, the music, whether it's the gospel album, Volume 1 of "The Rise of the American Indians," it's music to raise the vibration and frequency of our people. And like I said, if we just get behind this, and the void that's literally there to be filled right now in the music and the television industry, all right? I'm getting ready to be introduced to a gentleman that literally has access to doing documentaries on Netflix, you know, but like I tell people, I can't do this alone. You know what I mean? I want this to be community-based. I want us to, you know, just be behind this and push this and move this forward and change, once again, the paradigm of how our people are seen and what our people are going through. And we could make that difference. I know we can. And that's why I was given the gift and the tools to bring to us so we could make this thing happen. And everything is protected. We have 100% beneficial interest in everything. Okay? Everything. I'm talking about, I own the masters. I own everything. So nobody could come take what we have. It belongs to us. You did. This one is called "Jail is a Business."
Yeah. Jail is a business, which is money making. But my niggas stand tall. Ooh, jail is a business, yo. Jail is a business. Don't be a customer. They profit off your pain. Don't care for none of y'all. The 13th Amendment. That's legal slave trade. Prison bars ain't reform. It's just money making. Jail is a business. Don't be a customer. YNs rise up. Don't let them punish y'all. Through the pipeline. That's how they make that money. But my NIIJI stand tall. Don't let them control you.
Prison got owners, they gotta ends. Tax breaks, investors, and dollar signs. They file and return, they get that check. Every self-will keep their pockets set. They call it correction, but it's all a scheme. Enslaving our people, destroying the dream. Don't play the pawn in their corporate plan. Break chains, young need you be a free, be a sovereign man.
Jealous of business, yeah. Don't be a customer.
All right, so just want to give you guys a little taste of, the rise of the American Indians, Volume 1. All right, that will be dropping in a few months. You dig? But right now we're just promoting, the Gospel album. And I just want to come on here, man, and let you guys see, like I said, what I've been doing, what I've been, putting in place and all that. So for those of you who would like to, be a part of, this amazing experience, I'm going to show it to you before I get out of here again. All right. So we're going to go back to my artist website. And where do I share? Go ahead and share that screen. Share that screen. Okay, here we go. All right, the website, the official website is www.americanelohim.com. Once you go to the page, the home page, the first thing you'll see is on top. Once you scroll up a little bit, you'll see the album right there. Once you tap on download, you just purchase the album, $11.99, 19 powerful tracks, like I said, man. And it's not just music, you feel me? It's teaching, it's telling a story. Okay, and that's that. Now once you have done that, like I said, the community trust is already set up, right? So to be a part of the initiative, what you want to do is you scroll down just a little bit, and then you click on My NIIJI Cultural Stewardship Trust. Once you click on that, you read the information, it tells you what it's about. Okay, and then you just scroll down. Once you do, you click on opt in. Even if you buy the album, if you don't opt in, it doesn't mean you're a part of the initiative. Okay, it does not make you a beneficiary. You have to opt in. All right, that's when you put in your name, your email, your information, and you're going to hit submit. Once you have done that, then you get an email with your certificate to show that you're a beneficiary of the trust. We are building an empire. All right. And like I said, I'm the first individual. I've always been a trendsetter. I'm the first individual who has done this. And we could make this happen, like I said, to change the game of music, and not just music, but film and everything. You dig? So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, YouTube don't what you call it, because the songs are copywritten. So hopefully they don't what they normally do, tell you they can't play it, or they have to, silence the certain part of the songs, whatever the case is, just because, so I hope they allow it to go through, and everybody that's not on the live could actually get a chance to see it. But my brothers and sisters, man, let me tell y'all something, man. We living in, like I said, in a perfect, beautiful time, and we have such an opportunity. Let's grab that opportunity. Let's take it. Let's grab it by the horn and step into that space and literally take over the music industry. All right. I got 6 albums in the catalog, so we have enough music, and every music, even the love and legacy album, the type of music that's in there. I mean, typical example, right? Let me just give y'all, let you listen to one more song, and that's going to be on the Love and Legacy album. All right, let me see if I can pull that up. Give me a second. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can pull that up. Just one more I'm going to let you listen to real quick, to just let you, feel and hear the type of work that I've been putting in. All right, so let me go back to the My NIIJI folder. Hold on for a second. And like I said, man, we could sit around and complain and just talk. Let me tell you something. Since Trump has been in office this time around, Trump has literally made almost $5 billion extra in his portfolio. And we out here playing games. My people, let's not slip on this. Let's not do that. All right. Let's not do that. Where is that song at? I know I got it somewhere. I got it somewhere. Let me see if I could pull it up. Hold on for a second. All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you listen to that before I go. That's gonna be on the Love and Legacy album, and this one is called Family Pain. Literally songs that's teaching moments, right? And telling about the experience and things that we have gone through. And the inspiration on that song was literally for those of you who's been following me for all these years. 26 years ago, I was going through this situation. I'm saying, when I had my son, and that 26 years later, I was inspired to write that song. All right, so here we go. It's called Family Pain. Beautiful song. It's already out as well as a single. All right. We'll see you, Z. Family Pain, baby. Family Pain.
My NIIJI music. Let's rebuild the homes. Yeah. This one's real life. They don't tell you the whole story. System benefits. Family pain. Family pain. Family pain.
To the fathers out the house, left the mothers in the rain. Devil's dealing in disguise.
All together feel the strength, and we still feel the strain. The system said choose benefits, so choose your man. The contract, the deception, straight from the devil's hand. Homes turned to houses, love traded for control. A family stripped apart just to qualify on the roll. CPA says for standing where dad should stand. Children cry for fathers, but the system had a plan. Independent women taught an illusion in the game, but life was made for union, not survival in the pain. Choose your man, choose your man, choose your man, choose your man. Illusion, illusion.
Family pain.
Took the fathers out the house,
Left the mothers in the rain.
Devil's plan in disguise. All together feel the strain, and we still feel the strain. Dysfunctional children, bitter women, angry men. Cycle on repeat, and will it ever end? The fathers removed, the balance destroyed. The devilish system left families void. They taught us independence, but life is intertwined. Man for his woman, woman for a man. That's divine, equally yoked the way that God's designed. But the system laughed loud as it broke that line. Balance destroyed, choose your man. Balance destroyed, since you broke that line. Family pain, family.
All right, that single is already out. It's gonna be on the Love and Legacy album. You know what I mean? So like I told y'all, man, I got music for days. You feel me? And Z could tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, hold on for a second. I wonder if let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe someday, we'll do a live and see if I could get Z and a few others up here. But to let y'all know how hard we've been working and putting things together. And like I said, what I've just proposed, the ancestors gave me that. They came to me and literally gave me everything, the name of the trust, the concept of what needs to be done. All right. So, man, it's here. And once again, I'm asking y'all to just walk with your brother, man. Give me a shot. That's just all I'm saying. We have gone through so many people that's doing so many different things, and no one has really come through for our people just yet. But a lot of people are sleeping on the diamond in the rough. I keep telling y'all I'm the diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? And what I'm doing, no one else has ever done it. You know what I'm saying? But this is what's going to take our people to a different level. All right? So even if you go out there and you buy people's albums, I always ask people, what have they given you in return? Okay? This is an opportunity. It's not an investment. It's an opportunity for us to change what's happening with our people. You dig? And giving us a voice, because music is the tool. Music was used to destroy our people. I made all 6 albums, all 6 of them with some singles that's not on any of the albums, okay? To heal the people, heal the nation. Every song, okay? To heal the people. And once the frequency change, watch this turn into a multi-billion-dollar company. I guarantee you it's going to happen. And y'all going to remember this date, February 9th, 2026. For those of you that's on the live, you heard it live. And for those of you that's going to hear the recording, you heard it live on February 9th, 2026. And then you're going to say, man, if only. It never fails. Never fails. All right? So thank you once again for being on the live, and those that's going to catch the replay. Thank you for your time. And definitely, man, you know, let's make this happen. Support this. Let's make it work. We could change the game, and we can change the game, and we are going to change the game. I can't do it alone. I've always said this. But even if I have to keep pushing by myself, I'm going to do it. But I know I'm not alone, because I have powerful sisters and brothers that's already, you know, on this move, making this thing happen. And we are determined to make it happen. Failure is not an option. Okay? The only option that we accept is success. Failure is just a temporary challenge, but it's not an option for us. That's not the end goal. We're going to make this happen. And we're going to change the way people buy music, the way people listen to music, and the way people are reciprocated when they support this artist. And we are not going to stop with the music. We're going to do it with the movies as well. For us to go see a movie, you got to create a trust and give back at least 20% to the communities of the people that support you. We are going to change the game. Words into manifestation. Watch it happen. 2026, the reset. This is your brother, Chief Flying Eagle, aka Lord American. I love y'all. We'll talk soon. Peace and love.